welcome back to another episode of Who Am I to Judge podcast. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Samantha. Welcome back, everybody.
What's up? What's up with you?
Just tired. I feel like I'm finally catching up on some sleep after a really long week last week. Coming back from the wedding, and then I worked a lot, and then my weekend, I had a really full weekend with the start of the yoga teacher training. So
How's that going?
It's going really well. I'm just really happy to start it. I feel like I've said probably already, like I've been trying to get my certification for a really long time. And so it feels good to just like be in it. I definitely have done like so much physical activity than I usually do. Like, we took a bunch of the weekend classes. So I was just, my body's like sore. It's not as sore as I thought it would be. But yes. And then I'm just using, part of my brain I haven't used in a long time,
Absolutely.
just like learning. And I stayed at my pop-up's house, which was nice. He's just so wise. Like, I feel like he's just always telling me how to live my life without like worrying. And
He was probably happy you were there too.
Oh my God, he was definitely so happy. And then I met my baby cousin, my new cousin Ezra. And he was so cute.
Ezra.
I was with the oldest family member and the youngest, like this weekend. So it was a beautiful weekend. It was just very tiring, and I feel like I need at least 2 days rest. So yeah, I feel like I'm getting there. How are you?
I'm good. What am I doing? Just, the same old. Applying. I'm happy because today I've just been networking a lot. Like, one thing I'm learning is, like, as they always say, it's who you know. So it's like when I tell you I talk to probably 5 people new every single day, like, and I'm talking like via Zoom, I probably talk to 5 people new every day. And so one of the girls that I talked to, she was a Black girl. Love her. She went to Georgia State. She now works at like a really big company. And so we met, we talked, we had a good time. And she was like, "Oh, you need to talk to my friend who's a recruiter who like helps me get a job whenever I need one." I'm like, "Okay." And then finally her recruiter reached out to me. So I'm like, "Oh, excited." So that's why I'm excited to talk to her after this and show her my resume and stuff. But yeah, girl, it's same old. But a lot has happened in the world. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, you had a fun weekend.
Oh my God, I saw Doechii. I completely forgot about that. I do want to let's put that on I want to put that on trial first. Because it just like, I told Samantha this on the phone, but it really does just show that Cardi B really is like held at a different standard, because
yes, tell us about
Doechii, first of all, her whole thing is like the swamp, right? She's from Tampa. Alligator tears, everything's about the swamp. And so that was
Beyonce.
Alligator Bites, I'm sorry, that's the album. And the scenery, like literally it looked like you were on a swamp. Like the greenery, the leaves, the lighting was like kind of yellowy. Like they really curated the stage to look like a swamp. And I was like, wow, this is beautiful. I remember thinking like, this is really beautiful. And then the voice control, the breath control, the stamina, the voices she goes into, right? She can scream, she can sound like a weirdo, she can like, sound like, it's just like, it's so dynamic. And then she's doing things on stage. There's dancers, there's like lighting, there's a DJ. Like, I mean, it's just like, it was a performance from top to bottom. And then just seeing how she was rapping, like she had multiple different flows on the same track, right? And it was also creative. Like, I forget how much I love the song Nosebleeds, and she released that after she got a Grammy. And like, I was just kind of like, this is such a creative song. Like, there is nothing like this song on Cardi B's album or on her old album. And I just, and Doechii, it just kind of made me think like, Doechii to me is the closest thing to Nicki Minaj, like right now. Like it's like, and I consider I'm not a barb. I couldn't name you all of Nicki Minaj's songs. I couldn't name all her albums. Like I really am not a barb. I don't listen to Nicki Minaj like that. But I do consider her to be the queen of rap for like the modern era, like for our times, for our generation. She is the queen of rap. No one's touching her, in my opinion. Doechii is coming. Doechii is a person who, if she continues on the path she's continuing on, will be that, because she actually has the skill. Like I hate to say it that plainly, but it's like she can actually rap. Like I'm not trying to be rude, but it's like Cardi B can't rap. And I think a lot of like the image of her around her is the personality. You know, it's the drama, but it's not the skill. And it's definitely not the performance. And so, you know, and I've seen clips of her, you know, Global Citizens Festival this weekend she had in New York. It's not touching Doechii. It's not. And so I just think, I think like, to me, it really, Armand's right. You know, the people, the Barbs are right. Like Cardi B, it really is held to a different standard. Doechii is a performance artist who is also a rapper. And
which
it
I
was
think
fantastic.
Sets her apart from
Nicki, it might,
like, I mean, I'm always just blown away from like when she's like upside down, like in a full split, rapping upside down.
And it's like the outfits are on point, the hair, like, I mean, everything about it. And like, I mean, I'm sure colorism is a part of it. Like, you know, it's like, and like her not having her body done. Like, you know, she probably has an A cup. You know what I'm saying? Her ass isn't fat. Like, you know, it's like she's in shape, she's beautiful.
She got a fat ass, but
she's in shape, she's beautiful, she's fit. But it's like she's not like, you know, a baddie built, you know? And so like I feel like all of that has to do with possibly why she's not like,
I mean, it's amazing that she's cut through even, like, you know, just thinking about how like,
and she's from Tampa. She's not from like a New York and LA. Like she's from Tampa, you know?
Like just saying like the baddie, you know, look for a rapper.
They want you to have the baddie look or the stud look. They want you to either look like Missy Elliott and what's that girl, Young M.A. or whatever her name is, or they want you to look like Nicki Minaj, you know? And she's like she's in the middle. She's like she wears preppy. I feel like she'd be wearing like Lacoste outfits, you know, like J. Crew.
That's like her vibe right now. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm glad that she did good.
She did do really good. And then Lola, I really loved Remy Wolf. Like, I love Remy Wolf, and I've never seen her in person. And I was like, wow. She can, the mic was on. What
does she do?
She sings. I'll send you a couple of her songs. The mic was on, stamina high. I was actually very impressed with her. Lola Young did collapse during her set. I was there when she did collapse, and that was scary.
I saw the video. That was like a weird fall.
It was, because you could tell she was like telling someone like something, and then all of a sudden she just like drops the mic, falls backwards, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah. So did you have fun overall? Like, did you meet with your friends?
I did meet up with my friends. I had fun. It was also raining, which I want to say added to the magic of Doechii, because I do feel like something hits different with a rain concert.
For sure.
Like she wants to give more because she understands people are in the rain. So it's like, even like when she was like, it's just like everything felt like more amplified. And then she had a photographer on the stage. I was like, oh, I know those pictures are going to be good, because you could see the rain when the light came up. Like, you know, it was like, these are going to be good pictures.
Yes. A rain concert I've had one of the best times. I remember it was a festival. I forget what the festival. Oh, it was like Trelectro. Remember Trelectro?
Oh God, yes.
DC? So it was like Schoolboy Q, I think, in the rain, and it was just like so fun. It was like, yeah,
exactly.
But,
my nose is tickling me. Sorry, y'all. All right, that's all I needed to do. Okay, but we can get to who's really on trial. Do you want me to ask you?
Sure.
Okay, who's on trial?
So a few things today. I guess first we can talk about what's been lighting up the timelines on X or Twitter. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, might as well, and JT and Ice Spice and everybody. Like, girl, I can't keep up to like I know that this is not like the first time. It won't probably be the
No,
last time of
absolutely
them going
not.
back and forth
No.
online. And I just usually can't keep up.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually like on Twitter last night, like
Same when it was
while
happening.
yes,
Yes.
and it was just like, oh my god, this is crazy. It also got very ugly. Like by
It
the
did get
end of it,
ugly. It did get ugly.
it was
They
like
both
you
took
guys
it
are
to
talking
hell.
about your kids.
Your family, like your brothers,
I mean,
your
their
dads, your
children.
children.
Like that's where I really am like, okay, the kids is like crazy.
The kids is crazy, but they both took it to hell. I feel like before that, she was talking about fertility issues. I don't know.
I
It got
know, but when you're
ugly.
calling culture a roach and a monkey,
But before that, she called Papa Bear nonverbal.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what
I don't
I'm
know,
saying.
because I just feel like people are gonna take away like that Nicki Minaj called her
Hell no.
culture roach. But I'm like, before that, she basically called the kid
No, they
autistic.
both. Yes, Cardi said the baby is tiptoeing around the house and
Nonverbal, that she's
and
been
it's
taking
just
drugs.
yeah, so it was just like this
I'm
is
trying
a
to scroll back
lot.
to. It was a lot. It basically started, I think, 2 days ago, when Nicki Minaj just started basically tweeting about Cardi B's album. Right? She was tweeting like the A B C D E F G, but and then like making different lines under it, insinuating she's a hoe, insinuating she's stupid, insinuating she can't rap, just just things like that.
Like you did. You were like A B C D.
Yeah, the things I pointed out as a non-hater.
You were like, I like Barbie, and then
exactly.
I was like, oh my god, this is like randomly like fitting.
It's literally what I was doing. And then Cardi B was tweeting back at her, basically being like, damn, you really listening to the album, and just basically like poking fun at her, being like, you must really be a fucking fan if you know that this is on there. And then eventually it culminated 2 days ago when to me it seemed like Cardi B threw in the towel. But during that time, also like Nicki Minaj was coining the term Barney B. She put a picture of Barney's face on Cardi B's. Cardi B,
because she's like A B C D E F G,
and also because I think she's like basically trying to say she's ugly. I think it's both. And then Cardi B responded back with a picture of Nicki Minaj's brother with the pink wig on, who we know that Nicki Minaj's brother is in jail for allegations of like sexual assault, basically, with a minor. So they were going back and forth 2 days ago about about family stuff, but it hadn't gotten to the kids yet, and about the album being shitty. It culminated with Cardi B, which to me, this is Cardi B throwing in the white towel, being like, and I want to talk to you about this before we get to the kids and stuff, but like, it was like, Cardi B was like, well, why are you even comparing yourself to me? You need to be comparing yourself to your contemporaries when you came out, which are like Taylor Swift, which is Drake, which is Rihanna, and you're not comparing yourself with them because you can't get those numbers. Why are you comparing yourself to me? I have some thoughts on that. And I want to hear your thoughts, because I want to know if I'm tripping. I think it's Rihanna, people did the math. Rihanna came out 5 years prior to Nicki Minaj. Taylor Swift came out 4 years prior to Nicki Minaj. So they did not come out at the same time. But secondly, even if we want to put them together, I feel like it's a false equivalency to compare a pop artist to a rap artist if it's anyone. I think it's false. It's a false equivalency, and it's not a fair fight, because I feel like pop music is a palatable genre. It's a genre that is more digestible. There's a wider audience too. And I feel like, especially someone like Taylor Swift, that is a white blonde woman in America singing about being a victim. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I say that to say, there's no world any black woman has a chance at her numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, in this racist society. So it was, besides Beyonce, and even right now, Beyonce, if you looked up the top streamed people on Spotify, Taylor Swift, for the century for women, is the number one person. Beyonce, I think, was like 5. So I'm trying to say, even Beyonce at this point cannot compete, with the streaming. We're not saying talent. We're not saying all that. We're saying with the streaming, because there's a lot of fucking white people who love this woman, right? And so I said that to say, I felt like it was a weird trying comparison to be like, this white pop star to this black rapper from Queens. I don't know. I felt like to compare that to would be like why apples to oranges.
Mm-hmm.
But then secondly, why now do you want to not be Nicki Minaj's peer? I feel like from the time Bodak Yellow came out to now, until that day she put that tweet, that has been who she's been trying to get. Like, she has been trying to compete with Nicki Minaj. They've gotten in fights at the Met Gala because of this beef. They have gone at Twitter wars 5 years ago because of that. Like, they have been like, who is the top artist? Like, that, she has always put herself in that category with like, I am her peer or I am better. So why now are you trying to act like I'm not, like, why are you even comparing yourself to me? I'm not even in your league. I think it's because, and I'm not a barb. I know this is going to sound like I'm a barb, but about a couple of weeks ago when this album was about to come out, Cardi B went on Spaces and was talking about how bitches are going to be scared when she drops because she's going to outsell and she's going to beat their numbers. The highest 200K is the number to beat. That is Nicki Minaj. I believe one of her, I think it's either her sophomore or her debut, hit 200K selling units the first week. That is the number to beat. So I don't know, when you say outsell, bitches are going to be scared. We're thinking I'm thinking you're talking the number one. She said to bookmark tweets that people are giving because she's coming for their heads. Cardi B, I believe, sold 192K units her first week. She lost. She didn't reach 200K.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you lost, you now want to say Nicki Minaj is not your peer. Now that you're seeing that you cannot outsell her, you are saying Nicki Minaj is not your peer. But for the past 10 years, that has been your number one public enemy. And so was Nicki Minaj. I just found it to be basically her throwing in the white towel. Like, it's just like, you're throwing up the white flag because you did not outsell her. Period. You did not outsell her, and now you're trying to be like, so why are you even comparing me to you? You're like, we're not even the same. And I felt like it was just a way to cop out of it. And that's when. So I want to hear your thoughts on that, because I'm just kind of like, I don't think Nicki Minaj needs to be comparing herself to Taylor Swift, because I think they're two different genres. You know what I'm saying? And it's two different types of music, and we know that rap music is usually harder to sell than pop music. So in my mind, I'm like, why would she be competing with a white pop star?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the comparison is like doesn't really make the most sense in terms of just like skill, and there wasn't really any other women rappers during Nicki's time. Like, she really was the HBIC.
Yes.
I do feel like that was like a little bit of a she just was trying to Cardi was just trying to be like, like, why are you so pressed over me? Like, I'm like not your peer or whatever. I do feel like that was just her trying to like make her feel like weird about being so pressed over this girl that like came into the game after her. I don't think like she said it. I don't think it all the way makes sense all the way. But I do just feel like they were just saying things to. I don't know. I don't know if I felt like she was throwing in the white towel. I just feel like I just kind of think about like, I don't know. Like, I just sometimes get mad at Nicki for even like giving these girls the time of day. Like, like, I'm just like, I feel like she is the reason why we even are comparing them, because it's just like, you're talking to this girl and like, you're obviously bothered by her.
I think they're both insecure.
I know, but it's just like,
I've
you're
seen
just
videos
so bothered by.
Yeah, she's insecure.
I know, but why?
I think, I don't know, some like therapists like put up a TikTok and was like, this beef is the result of two insecure women who have gotten a lot of money and a lot of fame. Like, they both are extremely insecure for everything, when it comes to their looks, when it comes to their skill set, when it comes to their worth. And so anyone that shows any threat to their looks, to their status, to their skill level, they're attacking. They're both just extremely insecure women. And so I think Nicki is triggered because I think she, rightfully so, sees Cardi B as a threat. Like, I think Cardi B, when she came out, Invasion of Privacy, I mean, I always say Invasion of Privacy was a very good album. I think that's the first time Nicki actually had a real threat against, like, could someone else, like, now take the throne? This is a baddie built girl. She's also light skinned. She's also not, I mean, she's black, but she's from New York. She's she looks mixed to people. Like, like there's so many, like, and then she's like, people are eating it up. Like, this is a threat to your crown. I think she sees it as that because she's insecure, right? Like, I think if this had been a Beyonce, you're secure in your worth, you are, it's not a threat. But to someone who is insecure, this is a direct threat. So instead of, what she does is fight. She's not scared. She fights her back.
Yeah, and
and she knows the barbs will. Sorry, this is the last one. She knows she has the support of a humongous fan base that will, take it to hell with her.
That's not good for your mental health.
No, it's not.
I just think that I just always get frustrated with Nicki because I'm just like, girl, like, you are better than this. Like, I'm just like,
I don't know if she is. That's the point.
I know, but it's just like your character. Legacy is that of, like, something that you didn't even have to. And I do look at it, like, I'm just, this is how it's landing on me this morning. Like, I'm just like, because I get it. Like, I feel like things have been said. I feel like Nicki she wants to remind people about what people have said, how they have been, blah, blah, blah. And I think at this point, because she's been blackballed, because she's been, obviously there's been some things like with the title things, like she has some resentment towards people. Like, she doesn't give a fuck about
the clips unloaded.
You're just like, she doesn't give a fuck about just not ruining her legacy or whatever. Like, she's just like, fuck it. But I do feel like originally when these girls came onto the scene, like specifically with like Megan and stuff like that, like I feel like there has always just been this kind of like, I don't, like you said, like the insecurity around the new girls, and I'm just like, we really could be having a feast of amazing music right now.
But she doesn't see it that way. Like, it's
just, that's I can what imagine makes me be like, Nicki, like, come on, girl. Like,
but I think that, like, we're expecting a lot out of someone who, like, possibly has never been there. Like, I'm not trying to be like I'm just thinking of the other side. It's like, we're coming from a place of two people who are, like, talking from a maturity level, from an emotional intelligence, a specific emotional intelligence level. I'm willing to bet Nicki Minaj has never been mature. You know what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj has never been emotionally intelligent. Like, and I'm not trying to be rude. This is just all my opinions, but it's like, so I think we're expecting her to behave like how we would, when it's like, she probably came into the game insecure and all that, and would have fought bitches if there were other girls at the time in her level. But
I guess
she didn't.
Just makes me sad for her.
It makes me sad for her. It makes me sad for other people. But I feel like, to me,
like, you don't know who you are. Like, you don't have to. You don't have
That's
to
what it is.
Jealous.
You don't know who you are. Exactly. Yeah. But when you're insecure, it doesn't matter. And so that's why I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's like, and I can't imagine what it's like to be, for like a decade, the only basically female rapper to be mainstream. And then all of a sudden, all these other people start becoming more mainstream. Yeah. Yes. And a mature person would say, this is what I wanted, right? But someone who is insecure, this is not what they want. They want it to be
I think the blackballed thing has a part of it.
Exactly.
Because I do think that she has some things about, like we said,
yes,
Superbowl, like
the Grammys,
like the Grammys,
yes, Samantha.
Like, so I think she has resentment towards these girls because they,
they're getting the red carpet she didn't get, and she deserves. Or
they're getting them. She did get it, but it somehow, Yeah.
She did no. I think they're getting a red carpet that she did not get. Nicki Minaj will never get a Grammy, and she deserves Grammys. Nicki Minaj
I
will never
forget
get
that she never got a
right.
Grammy. That's crazy.
Nicki Minaj will never get a Super Bowl. I believe Cardi and Megan will get a Super Bowl before her. She is getting a.
Wait, I think she does have a Grammy.
No, she doesn't have a singular
nomination.
Grammy. Yes, she does not have a Grammy. And I say that to say, and she has talked publicly about being blackballed from the Grammy. So I'm just saying we have to think from this point of view. An insecure woman already who is in the game for 10 years, and it's not like she's mediocre. Running the game, outperforming men, outperforming men.
I mean,
and then
Beyonce, like on these
outperforming
songs with the
men,
best rappers in the world.
Yes. And then to be things go awry, to be blackballed to the point where she's not getting things she deserves. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know my personality. I can only imagine how I would be feeling in her shoes. And that's why I'm just like, I know how I am. I am a person that, like, I will remind someone, when I think and so it's just like, I can only imagine how she's feeling. I'm not trying to say that excuses her behavior, but I'm just saying we have to think how she's behaving from that point of view rather than we're thinking she's sane. I don't think this woman is sane.
And I do think that she's probably had some mind fucks in terms of, like, whatever is going on with her and Jay-Z and Roc Nation is probably a mind fuck to go from, like, in that circle, not in the circle, but like it was like a fall from grace. And I do think that, like, we have always heard, like, Jay-Z has made necessary cuts, like, like when he needs to say bye to you, it's like I'm like, there's, like, so much happening in my brain right now, but he will cut you off, like he will say the family first or whatever his vision first.
I agree.
And I think that probably, and on this level of, like, on the world stage, and then still low-key becoming kind of, like, not as respected as you once were. It's like you could kind of go crazy.
You could go crazy, but and I also think the thing that also makes it bad for Nicki Minaj is, like, she still has, and this is like what normally most people who we would say quote unquote fallen off don't have. She still has millions of faithful, like, how, like, we are Beehive. She has millions of barbs that are like, we are barbs now. We don't care if it takes 10 years from now. We don't care if it, we will come in. Like, it's like she has people empowering the behavior. Not at, like, 100,000 level, at millions level. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, it's different for her because it's like, I don't even know if we could actually say she's fallen off, because somebody with that kind of level of power and pull of a fan base is not a fallen off person.
I know,
and
but
they're just
a person. I mean,
yeah, they're just a person who's embarrassing themselves.
She is embarrassing herself sometimes, and I will say, the music has not been what it used to be.
It hasn't. No, it hasn't.
And I'm just like, there is, and, like, I don't know. I feel like, and then I'm sorry, some of the choices that she's made, like, in, with like, who she chose to be her husband and baby father, like, I do feel like those things have
double standard. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Well, I had one thought too. Like, I also think the reason why Nicki Minaj we can't quite say all the way has, like, doomed off is because I don't think there's been anyone to eclipse her yet. Like, like until there's someone who has the talent to eclipse her, I think Doechii will get there. I think she still will be relevant because we can always say no one's touching Nicki Minaj, right? But I think it's a double standard. I agree. I think Nicki Minaj should not be with this weird ass husband she's with. But I feel like there are tons of rap women, and let's just talk Cardi B, who have been with men who have allegations on them, who have been with men who are disrespectful to women, like, legally, like, in the legal system, right? Just like Nick Petty or whatever his name is, Tom Petty, whatever it is. And no one gives a fuck. I think Nicki Minaj is an easy target. Like, that's what I'm saying. At this point, she's an easy target. And so,
but I do think, I don't know, like, Child SA is and being convicted and on the list
Yeah.
and marrying him
I
and
mean, yeah,
having a
it's weird. It's
child with
gross.
him is like is a different level to me of like stamping this man and whatever. I do think that I'm not excusing like what other people's partners have had. I just think that I think it's partially Nicki's, like you said, her insecurities that have gotten it to this level where it's just like, I mean, it's clear, like you said, like you're gonna remind somebody, but I don't think that Nicki is happy, like and
No.
but that is like
Neither
that
is Cardi B. None of them are
but
happy to be acting
I
like
know, but
this.
I'm saying to Nicki has the type, like like we can all say like Nicki is the best rapper.
Mm-hmm.
It's like where do you want this validation from?
I
Like
don't know.
what
That's
I'm
something she'll
saying?
have to figure out, and I
And
think
I
that's a
just
good
feel like,
question.
yeah, and I do feel like it looks bad on her to just be so pressed about
It
just
does look
like,
bad on her. Yeah.
and like what I'm saying, like it does, like, and then we're talking about like on it was Papa Bear's birthday, like it's just like this is just
But at the same time, Cardi B was on the fucking Spaces yelling at somebody on Culture's birthday. Like, I don't
I
know. Like, I'm just
know.
like, there's a double standard when it comes to Nicki. But regardless, I think you're right. It looks bad on Nicki because right now Nicki is still the queen of rap, so we expect her to behave like that. She clearly doesn't feel that way. She's clearly insecure. This is an insecure woman, so she's behaving like she's
She's
not the queen of rap,
42.
like she's behaving like
I
someone who
know. I guess I just get sad for her because I'm like, this is not gonna, being bitter and like
mm-hmm.
whatever. Like that's not what gets you what I think you're seeking.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think she understands that because, and she might actually never see the consequences of that because she still has millions of fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, I don't even think she sees it the way we're talking about because in her echo chamber, it's not just 100 people or 100,000 people tweeting at her. She probably has a million mentions, waking up this morning of get her ass. Yes, please put this burden, like it's like that. Like, so it's just like she's not even thinking the way we're seeing it because no one is going to tell
None of
her.
them are. Yeah.
But same on Cardi B's end,
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm
Like
saying.
they're also not going to tell her because her fans are saying, "Get her, she's old, she's washed." So I'm saying it's like these are two people that are insecure that are not going to really feel what we're feeling because they are getting empowered to behave.
And just
this
like
way.
we've talked about in the last week of just like their upbringing or like what they have experienced in their life and like,
And I think, and honestly, I don't think Nicki Minaj's legacy will be undone. Like, like it just is what it is. Like, I think that like even if she continues for the next 3 years every day to tweet about Cardi B, I don't think anything can take this. I don't think this will take her down. I think the thing that would take her down is there has to be another rapper who can eclipse her in numbers, in the way they rap, in their motion, and it's not going to be Cardi B. Like I feel like that, so that's why she feels empowered to continue to do this to Cardi B because she knows it's not
but
Cardi
I just
B.
wish we could just. I just like you said, it's in the facts. Like it is clear as day. You don't have to tell us this, Nicki. Like you don't have to you don't have to do this.
You're right, but then but she probably feels like she has because of all the things we just said. She's getting validated by the Grammys. Like people that are worse rappers than her are getting validated by the Grammys. They're getting validated by like high people like Jay-Z, people that like she, it's like she can say she doesn't care about these things. She cares these things though.
Yeah, she does care about it.
And so like and that's what I'm saying. I can't imagine what it's like to be in her shoes because I know how I am. And I know that if I saw somebody who worked less like who I was in kind of competition with, who was getting all these accolades that I know I deserved and have like proof in like data. I don't think I would be tweeting at them, but I definitely think I would be talking.
I'm like trying to think about like I feel like I'm like Nicki Minaj's therapist. I'm like, how about we look at all the amazing people that don't have a Grammy that deserve one. Like, you know, and
That's a
it's
good
just
question.
like, let's realize how much of a farce the Grammys is. People are buying their way into this. Taylor Swift is like, we keep on going back to her. Mediocre white woman, like that has more Grammys than anyone. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
I think these are good things to say.
But I'm just saying, it's just like, it is a farce. Like, you see it though. Like, you're seeing Jay-Z and the, you know, Rock Nation of it all, of like things that are just not fair and not, you know,
this is my thing though. I agree with that. I guess I'm just like, why isn't anyone else being held to a standard that we're asking Nicki Minaj
she's
to?
That good. Because she is that girl.
Yes, okay, we understand that. But I'm even talking about, like, I feel like me and you whacked Jay-Z a lot, but even just like the Jay-Z's, like the people who do bad decisions that show their insecurities, that show their, you know, they show the, like, you know, that they're human, I guess. And I feel like they don't get embarrassed as much. Like, I'm like, I feel like maybe it's
an example.
I mean, like, Jay-Z and Beyonce were at a table with Jared, and all for his fucking Jay-Z in the casino. Jay-Z in the casino is one of the most embarrassing things. I'd rather tweet all the things except the kid stuff that Nicki Minaj and Cardi B tweeted publicly than a casino in Times Square. I find that to be one of the most embarrassing things. No one is like, why is it that, like, I feel like people aren't looking at him like he is evil, he is corrupt, he is a coon, he is you know, like, why I don't see people going so hard for, like, to me, something that would like be a detrimental to a whole community versus people going back and forth. Oh, like this black girl who we think is queen of rap going back and forth on Twitter. I don't know. To me, I'm just like, it sometimes is annoying to me because I feel like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, but mostly Nicki Minaj in this situation, are held to like some weird ass standard that like other people aren't. And I don't know. I feel like Nicki Minaj to me has a. I would like to go back. Maybe one day we'll go back to the beginning. Who showed the first tweet? Who put out the first tweet ever? You know, when in this beef.
That's what I was just looking at.
Back in 2015, whenever it was, 2016. And who put out the first tweet?
I do think that
or rap bar on the album against. And I'm thinking it might be Cardi B because I'm like, Nicki Minaj didn't know who the fuck you were when she first came out with albums. Did Cardi B at all have a line on her first album that was talking about like, I am the queen, I am number one, you bitches can't see me?
Like, I just feel like
that's hip hop. That's hip hop, exactly. People take shots and then people respond. So it's like, are we really just looking at a hip hop beef and this is someone responding to bars?
So it says the earliest signs of tension emerged in 2017 when fans noticed Nicki Minaj liked a comment dissing Cardi B's rap verse, though some suggested it could have been photoshopped or hacked. Motorsport controversy. The Migos song Motorsport was the catalyst for a major rift. Cardi B felt that Nicki Minaj had changed her original verse, leading to anger and shade.
I did know about
happened in Motorsport.
I did. It's like a whole thing. Like, I mean, we should do an episode on that, like Nicki Minaj versus Cardi, but like, I vaguely remember this. It's like she changed her rap, but she was communicating through Offset, and then like I think she believes like Cardi B felt disrespected by her communicating through Offset, and then it was also like I think
all Offset's fault.
I also think there was like a line in there that someone was like, she put a line in there and tried to ask Offset if this was okay and appropriate. Offset okayed the line. The line actually then comes on Motorsport. It's crazy
that Offset is like a part of this.
I know,
like original.
But then Cardi B's disrespected by the line because I think she thought the line was about her. But then Nicki Minaj is like, I okayed it with your fucking husband. I thought he would have been like, this is good, you know. So like,
maybe your worst enemies. Yeah,
it was a big miscommunication. Like Nicki Minaj has talked about this on Queen Radio, as well as Cardi B has talked about it in detail, like shown receipts. It sounds like a big misunderstanding to the point where Motorsport, like, they scrapped everything with it, basically. Like, you know, I mean, but I know that, like, on both sides, there were levels of, like, I care about this person, so I'm going to, you know, okay it with this person. The other team is okay. You know, like, it wasn't like these are just diss records coming out. Like, people okayed it. But we should do a deep dive into that. But long story short, I just am kind of like, so yesterday, just to keep it moving, they then took it back to Twitter. They then started talking about each other's kids. Nicki Minaj called culture Culture Roach. Cardi B basically called Papa Bear
He's talking about his
autistic.
mental
She
health
said that he
and
was nonverbal. She said he was walking on his tippy toes. She said that that's because of Nicki Minaj doing drugs when she was pregnant with him. Nicki Minaj also said something else that I remember. I was like, ooh, that's not good. Hold on, I'm pulling it up because I remember being like, she said, "Culture vulture, you ugly too." She tweeted that.
And I know that just some context about the roach monkey thing. Like apparently Cardi B called people that, called Black women that, like in tweets from back in the day.
She did,
so
and I think
getting it from.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj is reminding her, well, you got a black kid, honey. There's one more I wanted to say. So then they're trying to be like, well, come see me, basically. And Nicki Minaj is like, I'm in New York, like, find me and let's get active. Cardi B's like, don't act like because I'm pregnant I won't cave your chest in. Cardi B talks about fertility issues. I'm like, can you imagine both of, like, a mother acting like either one of them? Like, like, either one of them. I'm sorry. And then you're pregnant talking about, fight? Like, I can't imagine my mother behaving either one.
I can't believe these people getting so, like, they're seriously mad about, like, they're really in their feelings about this.
And this is what I want to tell you. Sorry. This is what I wanted to tell you about, like, Nicki Minaj and her fan base.
They have so much money and, like, I don't know. I'm just like, they have success.
Amongst
something else.
Amongst the war, the Twitter beef. Win Again by Nicki Minaj reaches #1 on iTunes last night. So it's just like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Even amongst her behavior, Nicki Minaj has a fan base so powerful that one of her songs from 3 albums ago becomes the #1 song last night on US iTunes, and it's called Win Again, probably because she did not outsell the 200K units. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what I'm saying. She will not learn, because that is it's like, she's powerful. Like, she has the #1 song on iTunes that was on three albums ago. Like, like, it's never gonna get fixed. You know what I'm saying?
Just like, it's like, Nicki, yes, you do have a fan base. Like, you are that girl. Like, let's just act like it. Okay,
and it's
let's just ignore these girls. Like, let's not be on. Like, I do think it's just kind of whack. Like, going on there and being like, I mean, I guess I get it. Like, I get the pettiness of it. Like,
these girls are immature. You have to remember. These are not, like, these
I just want more for them, especially Nicki.
I want more for both of them. These are like, ones.
I want more, specifically Nicki, because she is, like, so it's like, know who you are, girl. Like, I want to shake her. I feel like even all the all the rap girls that come
I love it.
Her.
I love it.
Like, oh my god.
It's just like, she will not, like, literally, I'm just looking through her, like, timeline. All of it is her retweeting, like, #1 on iTunes tonight, Win Again. Like, her retweeting biggest first week album sales by any female rapper in the US each decade. Nicki Minaj has both for the 2020s and 2010s. Before that is Missy Elliott and Lauryn Hill for the 90s. Like, it's just like, this is someone who needs to realize who they are. But it's like, instead, what she's doing is just like, she's hilarious. Just retweeting, like, I'm #1. Like, on the #1 US iTunes, you don't see Cardi B, but you see a fucking Nicki Minaj song from 3 years ago. Like, it's insane. And
yes, I wish you would just, put out some visuals and do, like, put it in the music, girl. Put it in the music, put in the art. Know who you are for real, because that's only when it really matters, is when you really get it. Like, it's like, it sucks to be bitter and insecure, like, at the end of the day. And I get wanting to remind people. I think even some of that is probably necessary. Like, we do need some people that are calling people out and that aren't afraid of, the machine and looking bad. Like, I just feel like I just want better for them. Like, I don't know, just talking about the kids and stuff just makes me sad.
Yeah, but I think it just goes to show they'll take it a hell. Like these are two women with no boundaries, you know?
Yeah, it's just like people have everybody has issues, you know? It's just like you're just talking about something you may have to deal with. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, we need to because we have 15 minutes. But yeah, we hope. This is the thing. I'm here for rap beefs. I think it's like makes it interesting to like have like people who just don't fuck with each other and go at each other. I think that I wish that if it was Nicki Minaj, it was with someone who was at her talent level, so the music would be like more interesting.
There's other people,
but I also
not just Cardi.
I know, but we like, you know, okay, JT is not gonna, you know, Lotto, Ice Spice, like we're talking like people at the level of like main, like really, really mainstream.
I mean, I guess I just think about Megan, but Megan doesn't want to beef with you, girl.
She doesn't want to beef, and Megan doesn't have the numbers. Like, I'm sorry, but it's like I think in our circles is extremely famous rap artist. I think but she doesn't have the numbers. You know, it's just like her numbers don't back up that she can. Like, let's look it up. I'd like to see.
I mean, I do know that, but I don't. I think that Megan just needs to keep going, like, because she definitely made the whole what is it, Hot Girl Summer.
Mm-hmm. Like, but that wasn't Nicki Minaj on that song?
Yeah, but that was her influence of just she got on that song because she made that a thing first, and then they made the song, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, yeah.
Okay, the first week units, because that's what they're going back and forth about for Megan, 2024.
What about before that one?
64,000. Well. Good News 2020. Total units for the first week, 100K. She doesn't have that's half. That's half.
But she's still like.
But I'm just saying that's why
the accolades.
Yes, but that's Nicki Minaj's whole fucking point.
I'm saying she gets the accolades, and she was on like, you know, she's putting in the work.
She is. No one work has nothing to do with the units.
She's a performer. She goes on tour.
None of that has anything to do with the units.
She's putting it in the work.
Yes, you can be the hardest working. You can be the hardest working. You could be the hardest working, the most talented, the most beautiful, all of that. And sometimes it just doesn't translate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that like we're not doubting any of that. But what I'm saying is she is like we're comparing people who have the same like buying power, I guess is what we're trying to say. And right now, Megan Thee Stallion doesn't have it. Maybe in another 3 years she will have it. But right now, even if she's the most talented, hardworking, non-messy, all of it,
and we're talking
she's not
about
selling
just an album.
She's not
definitely sold a lot of Savage. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
but we're not talking singles. We're talking albums.
But she's had moments on the top chart.
Yes, but Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are talking albums. This beef started this week because of the selling units. Like they were like Nicki Minaj started tweeting because she did not outsell the 200K. And she had been promising for weeks that bitches were going to be scared and crying because she was going to outsell. So all I'm saying is like, that's what we're talking about in this context. Megan Thee Stallion cannot talk in this context because she can't get half of it. However, that doesn't mean she doesn't have singles that break the charts. But
Nicki Minaj just has a bigger fan base.
Exactly. That's my whole point. And so I'm saying, so can you imagine how someone like a Nicki Minaj feels when someone who is not doing her numbers, people that are not doing her numbers are getting out? I'm not saying you need to tweet about them, but I'm just saying this is an insecure bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where that's coming from. But
that is very insecure.
But yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, okay. We have 10 minutes.
It sucks for their just their spirits. I feel sad for them. But anyways, what else were we gonna talk about?
Yes, a couple of things. Diddy sentencing is coming soon.
Yes, Diddy sentencing is coming soon. It's been a couple of things in the news just about the letters of support from Carisha, which I'm sure you read.
I did, and I now will never listen to a Carisha song. Yeah. I will never support her in any way.
She is a supporter of abuse.
Yeah, I'm blocking her
and
on
apologist.
any socials. Yeah. And I will not
Yes.
support a thing Diddy touches. Like when he
Hell no.
even in like if I see anyone even dealing with him, I don't even care if it's Beyonce, I'm done. Like to me, the level of abuse that came out of this and for Carisha to be like he's a good man. Carisha, you were at some of these situations. Well,
No,
Cassie alleges you've
she's
seen getting him beat people.
Yes.
Like
I mean, she has been in lawsuits named
right.
from Lil Yachty, or not Lil Yachty, some Ronnie or Rodney or something. Yeah, so that was crazy. Cassie also wrote a letter, you know, just again reminding the public of just how unsafe she would feel with this man being free. It will be very interesting to see. I know I heard that like the prosecutors are asking for like 11 years,
as they should.
And yeah, I'm scared though, honestly.
Me too.
I'm scared. I'm not thinking that it's gonna be in our favor. Sadly.
Oh, me either.
Like, you know,
but I do hope that the judge thinks about it in context, in the sense of like, yeah, there's all these letters of people, but these are people that are bought by him. These are people who are getting, you know, these are people who've done business with him. These are people who have owned, his kids. These are people that have a vested interest in saying something positive. But we cannot ignore though the violence that is documented. And so for me, I'm like, I think that is the thing that's giving me a little hope, in the sense that like the judge can do whatever he wants, like, but
they're just like, this wasn't a domestic violence case. Like, you know, like it's not like that's what's just annoying about this whole thing. It's like,
it's not a domestic violence case, but it is like, you do have to think about the threat to society when you are sentencing people. And the threat to society is, this man is a person with like 300 guns. I'm exaggerating, but he has a gun. He's a safe in every place he goes. He's literally heard someone's been downstairs and he gets up and gets guns and goes downstairs. Like, they have to think about like the context around. Exactly. Right.
He's a danger to society.
Exactly.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens, but yeah, it's very disgusting to see. And then I saw that Saucy Santana was like, doesn't like Carisha like deserve an apology? I was like,
no, for what?
What? We don't owe Carisha.
You know shit. She could kiss my fucking ass. That girl is insecure too. That is an insecure woman. Woo! Don't let me get started on that. But
it makes me sad.
The last thing I wanted to talk about, Superbowl, Bad Bunny.
Oh, yes. Bad Bunny was announced. How are you feeling about that, Alexis?
Great. Like, I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great pick, and I'm excited to see it. He always puts on a show.
Cardi's gonna come out? I heard Dominic Morgan was like, Cardi B is definitely gonna come out.
Why would she? I don't understand.
I think they have a song together.
Oh, okay. I don't think so.
That would be her night. Oh yes, she has I Like It.
He's on that. He might.
She's like, this was Dominique says, like, it's right before the tour, like it's in February. Like, I could see it, and I could see that being Nicki Minaj's like 10th.
I could see that, but I could see it to piss off Nicki Minaj. But I feel like it's more.
It's Jay-Z in the background too.
I get that, but I would hope that it would be actually the first time we hear I Like It on a Super Bowl stage would be at a Cardi B headline. That's what I would hope. That's like such a big song that I would hope that the first time we hear it is not at
I could totally see that.
But we'll see.
I could totally see that. I'm excited for it.
It should be good.
It's just so interesting to see, you know, it's just such a crazy political time that's just like, you know, the takes about like how not doing the tours in the US, which I think is just amazing. Like, you know, I feel like that's really putting actions behind your beliefs and stuff. And I think, you know, then being on the biggest stage in America, and it's just kind of like a fuck you to all of the political unrest, you know, around ICE and all these things and stuff. So I just feel like it's interesting. And then I do think about the background of just like the Rocket Nation and the NFL of it all. I'm just like, this is so interesting.
It's funny because when I heard Bunny announce, I was like, this is all, like, I don't believe, it doesn't not change my thoughts on Jay-Z at all. It doesn't make me think he's being super, like, you know, he's being a protester. He's being like,
it's just
I was like, he's making a lot of money off of this. This is all a facade because at the end of the day, he's still going to do his fucking dirty business shit. This is just a money move for him. He knows he can make a lot of fucking money off of Bad Bunny. And that's it. You know?
But
that's
it. It's just funny to me. Like, these just like political, I don't know, just everything. And like it's just very interesting.
But I think he's gonna put on a show. Like my For You page is a lot of the Bad Bunny residency because I loved his most recent album, and so he's gonna put on a fucking show.
And I love his sets and stuff. And I feel like it's gonna be a beautiful show. So I'm excited to piss some people off.
Hell yeah! And I just know that like. There are a lot of people like that think that Shakira and J-Lo were like the best Super Bowl they've ever seen. And I just can't wait because I'm like, this is gonna be another one of those where I feel like people who love Latin music, like they're gonna be like, this is up there. And so I think it's gonna be really good. And I'm excited. Go Bad Bunny.
I'm just like, I'm like thinking about the Cardi B stuff.
I'm like, over that.
I'm like, that would be Nicki's like.
It would be her 10-3s. I mean, it would probably get her to tweet again. At this point, I'm just like, we want, like, if we're like, that's what I'm saying. The behavior of all of them needs to be scrutinized. Like, it's just like, Jay-Z, you're clearly, Nicki Minaj clearly lives rent free in his head too. Like, you know what I'm saying? To continuously do things that spite her. That's what I'm saying. It's like, there are people that don't get the dragging that Nicki Minaj does that are also just as fucking petty. And so that's why I'm just like, yes, bring Cardi B on. Yeah, he's not tweeting, but his action show, like snubbing Lil Wayne for the fucking New Orleans Super Bowl, like his action show, Nicki Minaj lives in his brain too, you know? But it's like he gets away with it. If Cardi B comes out, she'll put on a fucking show. You know what I'm saying? She'll put on a fucking show. I more so care about Bad Bunny. But it's just like,
yes, me too. I'm just saying. I just think it's funny that like we've just been talking about this. And Dominique put that in my head. I'm like, that could definitely happen.
I gotta go. I gotta talk to the recruiter in 2 minutes.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening.
That's hilarious.
Thank you for listening. Send us your emails at whoamitojudgepod@gmail.com. Send us anything you want us to talk about. We need to check the email because I haven't checked it in a while. But yeah, guys, we love you and we hope to see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember to email us your discussion topics at whoamitojudgepod@gmail.com. Also, remember to subscribe to Who Am I to Judge podcast on Spotify and everywhere you get your podcast. If you love us, please rate us and review. And if you don't, leave us alone. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See y'all next week. Bye, friends.